Hi, folks, and welcome to the Tuesday Night Live show. I'm Santa Bob McMasters, and this is June 21st, 2022. Tonight's guest is well known by a one name only status, but Spangle likes to remind her everything is better with bacon. She is even better known as a very important resource to mainly those in the Christmas community for seasonal employment. She is a respected businesswoman, and many of us have worked with her agency and have only high marks for her tried and true approach to success with years of experience in the entertainment industry. Please stay with us. We have a lot more coming up with our special guest in just a moment. We'll be right back. This is Tuesday Night Live. Welcome back to our show. And at this time, let's bring in my co-host as well as our producer. Please give them both a warm welcome, Santa Barry Cummins and my favorite daughter, Angela Mack.
Hey, everybody. Good to be with you tonight. It's awful balmy and triple digits here in Alabama. We got a great show for you tonight, so buckle up.
That's correct. Nice and hot here in the Texas area also. And our guest tonight says it's been 122 where she's at. So everyone that is up north, again, we envy you guys. Okay, so it's week 24 of season 2, and we have another great show and guest. So before we bring out this week's guest, let's do this, followed by Sleigh Driver Apparel Trivia.
All right, everybody. First, reach up there, give us a like, and share this stream to help the viewership in the show tonight. Remember, the replays can now be seen on our newly launched YouTube channel at The Tuesday Night Live Show. So please go over there, subscribe, and give us a like. The first half of the Tuesday Night Live Show trivia is sponsored by Derek Dugan, Sleigh Driver Apparel Company. Thank you so much for your sponsorship, Derek. All right, we're on movie trivia tonight. This is going to be a tough one, so get those Google fingers ready. The Life magazine issue with Woody and Bullseye on the cover in Toy Story 2 is of what date? We're looking for the date of the Life magazine issue with Woody and Bullseye on the cover of Toy Story 2. So good luck with those answers there. It's going to be a tough one.
Yes, it is. And while they're researching or coming up with an answer, we got the new Buzz Lightyear movie that has just been announced is coming out. And so that's kind of why we've been going with the Toy Story theme for the last couple of weeks, just to kind of get everybody back in the spirit of Toy Story.
The Life magazine issue with Woody and Bullseye on the cover in Toy Story 2 is of what date? So imagine Google's getting lit up right now.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we got some answers coming in there. So at this point, we're going to let Angela go ahead and run the commercial.
The first half of tonight's Tuesday Night Live show is brought to you by Derek Dugan's Sleigh Driver Apparel Company. You can find Derek's store on etsy.com/shop/sleighDriverApparel or contact Derek Dugan for all your custom apparel needs. Now back to our show with Bob Barry and Angela. This is Tuesday Night Live.
All right, tonight's special guest comes to us from one of the top entertainment capitals of the world. She is originally from California and has worked as an entertainer and impersonator With so much experience with an entertainer's background, it's no wonder when she transitioned from performing to starting her own agency, she chose Las Vegas as her new home. She has appeared on the Tuesday Night Live show multiple times in season 1. Please welcome tonight to the Tuesday Night Live show Nationwide Sounders founder, Miss Gina Bacon. Welcome, Gina.
Hi there, Bob, Barry, Angela. Thank you for that great intro. Thank you so much, and I'm excited to be here on the Tuesday Night Live show.
Glad to have you.
Yes, and it's always good to have Gina in the house. Okay, Gina, so welcome back to the show. And I guess let's just go ahead and jump in here and get started. We got a lot to go through. We've talked about your early years, but in previous shows. But let's go back to your childhood.
Oh no, I'm in therapy.
What would be your earliest memory of Santa as a small child? And second to that is, did you ever go visit him at a department store or at the mall as a child?
I don't really have an early recollection of Santa. Hi, Rex. But my mom always tried to make it special for us. She always had really pretty wrapping paper. But I couldn't wait to see Santa. Could not wait to see him. And my mother took us in Southern California, there was a store called Bullock's. And I think it was Bullock's or the Broadway. There was one of those stores, but I think it was Bullock's. And we would go to the store. She would buy the fancy dress and the tights and the shoes and do our hair. And we'd go get our photo. And I actually have a photo here. I'm going to share of my sister Tony and I there at Bullock's. And I think I was about 7 years old here. So she must have been. Are you able to see that? There you go.
There you go.
So, and that Santa looks like a designer beard, fake beard Santa. Back then. Yeah, that was fun.
Got one of those nice chairs that you see a lot of guys have nowadays too.
Oh wow, we thought that chair was so fancy. Now I will have to say that when I did see Santa in earlier years, my sister was pretty good, but she used to cry all the time. My job was to hold her hand and go to Santa. Man, I was so excited because Santa was a unicorn to me. I couldn't wait to see him. I've been waiting since June to see him. And Tony would be crying. And I remember thinking, oh no, I'm not going to be able to tell him what I want because she's crying. So bad.
Well, Gina, we always like to find out from our guests, what was your favorite toy or gift you received at Christmas, either from your parents or from Santa Claus?
I was really happy with everything that I received. I love Christmas, just ripping the wrapping paper off. But I did one year receive an organ, and it was probably about this big and this wide, and it had the keyboard part, and then it had over here like G, D, F, E, A, and then you would hold the note, na, 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 and then play here. So I just played this organ for hours and sing. I loved it. Loved playing this little organ.
Yeah, we also had one of those. I guess probably about the same time period. Might have even been exactly the same, but I spent hours and hours on that thing too. It was so much fun. Had the books and had the color coding and with the everything and so you really didn't have to know music to be able to play the songs. And
no. Mine was brown. Was yours brown? It was brown, I remember.
It was.
Loved it.
Sounds the same. All right. So in line with the other question, has there ever been something you asked Santa for and was disappointed not to receive it for Christmas?
I was just so happy at Christmas time. I was just happy with any gift. I don't remember being disappointed, excuse me, as a small child, but I remember one year I thought for sure I was getting a mini bike. I think I was in middle school. And I don't know why I thought I was getting a mini bike, but I wanted a mini bike so bad. And our grandparents got us 10-speed bikes. And they were hidden in the garage, and they told us to go in the garage. And I went running out there going, we've got mini bikes. Well, of course, they were these 10 speeds. I was very happy with the 10-speed, though, because we needed bicycles. We didn't have any. So I was happy, but I just can't remember back then why I would want a mini bike.
Yeah, during that time frame, I think everybody wanted a mini bike.
I think so. I think I just wanted to. I know Barry had a mini bike, and I was jealous when I heard your talking about your childhood that you had one. But I lived in Los Angeles. What the heck would I be doing on a mini bike in Los Angeles?
A little more dangerous in rural Alabama
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
Well, Gina, let's move forward to your years in middle school and high school. Did you take any classes like acting, stage, or performing arts, or are you self-taught?
You know, I took no classes in acting or any singing or anything. I tried out for singing in middle school, but didn't make the team. The team. I think the teacher was not a fan. Did not want me in her class. My mother was not musical. My mother and father both were not musically inclined or sang or anything. They didn't understand because I was always acting and impersonating people and doing my shtick in the living room. Tony was my biggest fan. She would be cracking up and laughing. But I did take guitar lessons. I did do that for a couple of years and carried my guitar to school every day. But other than that, I never took an acting class or really I don't know how to read music or anything like that.
Now, how did you first get hired as an entertainer back in California? And tell us about the people, the agencies, and the agents that was instrumental in doing that for you.
So I was working. I was working at Norton Air Force Base, and I worked in Pass and ID, making the ID cards, and I was making good money doing that. And I decided that I wanted to go to school to do nails. I was going to be a manicurist. So I quit the job, started going to school, realized, I need to pay rent. I don't have a job, and opened the newspaper, and there was an ad for singing telegrams. Thought that would be great. I'm not a vocalist, but I can carry a tune. And I went down, they had me sing Happy Birthday. I got the job, and I honestly think I was the only one that showed up for the interview. So I think that's why they hired me. But I do want to tell you, so the agents, I did work for a lot of different agents. I worked for many agents. I worked for this one company. They were called, what was that? Looney Balloons or Looney something. That was the first company I worked with. Then there was Kit Kat Crazy Capers. There was Hot Wires. There was Animal Crackers. A lot of people that ran the business that I found were mainly women. And they were just running it out of their home, kind of a, and they didn't have any entertainment background or anything like that. So, and because I worked for the many different agents, there were a few that I really liked working with. And when they would call me, I was like, I'm there, I'll do it, anything. And there were some agents that I really did not like working with them. Just our personalities didn't, but a job was a job, and I would take it. I would try not to cause any waves, and I would take the job and go do it.
Gina, what were some of the important aspects of being an entertainer that you have since incorporated into your own business as an agent or agency? And I have a follow-up to that too. For instance, things like knowing your clients, being prepared on time, anything else that made you a successful entertainer and now an agent?
Gosh, you know what? I made some notes here because I think that, wait a second, let me look over here because that's a lot. And I never, I kind of fell into this business, and I kind of just fell into opening the agency. Everything just kind of happened. It wasn't planned. Nothing I did was planned. But because I was an entertainer, I am able to understand what the Santas are going through. That helps me with the Santas. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be, I can only guess what it's like to be Santa because you're Santa year round. You have the beard on your face all the time. You're walking around with a red shirt, or even if you have a brown shirt on, the kids know you're Santa. I would dress up like Marilyn Monroe, and people would just go goo goo gaga, just seeing Marilyn and attacking me like I was a rock star and wanting my photo and autograph. But I would take the wig off and the outfit off. Nobody would know it was me. I could walk around in my daily life. You guys are rock stars 24/7. So I understand that. And I do get it, how it is. I also understand what it's like to have to get to a gig. And I understand that when you're somewhere and maybe a client kept you over, and so now you're running 15 or 30 minutes behind because they started their party later. And now you have to get to the next gig and you're running late and you're running every red light to get there and you're doing what you can. And the customer, you called them and they're like, no, you have to ruin my party. You have to get here. So I know what that's like. And you're breaking every rule on the road to get there, only to get there. And you find that you got the worst parking spot and you're stressed out, but then you've got to pull yourself together and look good and make your grand entrance. So I know how hard that is. It's very hard because it is stressful and you're on the go, and having to go in to make an appearance in a house or a restaurant is hard because you don't have a full length mirror in your car. And unless you have your wife with you that kind of, preps you and fixes your hair and makes sure everything looks good. I mean, you have to make sure everything is perfect before you walk in that house. And there's a lot to check. So I do understand that too. Other agents who have never been performers don't understand that part of it.
That's very true. Those are all good points. Let's go one step further with this. Since you're kind of in the middle as an agency, you have to deal with companies and corporations. And on the other hand, you have to deal with Santas when it comes to contracts, being a key element in working and negotiating. How important have you found knowing how to work both sides of the aisle in your business has been?
So I feel like I'm in the middle. I'm right in the middle of it. And I think that with the clients, sometimes, when we're working with contracts or a job and we give them a price of what it's going to be for whatever, they'll say, oh, that's way out of our budget. We can't do this. The funny thing is a lot of times they'll call us back and say, we called around and we couldn't find anyone and you were the only one that had the Santas. And so we're going to go with you. That happens sometimes. So regardless if someone hangs up and says your price is too high, and this is just for Santas who are working, don't try to belittle the customer and don't try to school them and tell them how it is. Just graciously say, well, I'm very sorry it didn't work out. And if things change, let me know. Because the customers don't need to be schooled. They're just trying to get the cheapest price. They really are. They'll, they're going to shop around. As a customer, they should. But I think that then on the other spectrum, that I work with the Santas, sometimes I have customers where I have so much, and then others I have a larger budget. So it just really depends on the jobs that I have, and I'm always upfront and tell them, what we can do, and if it'll work in their schedule, if the Santa can work with that budget. So, I'm in the middle, and I just try to make it as amicable with everyone.
Getting pulled two different directions all the time.
Yes.
Well, Gina, I'm sure going from being a performer to an agency wasn't an easy undertaking. What was it that was influential in making that decision to go from being an entertainer to starting the agency who hires performing entertainers?
Well, so I started when I first got that went on that interview to learn how to do singing telegrams. That was 1982 is when that happened. And so from 1982 to 1990, I was just working for a lot of other agents, but I met other performers along the way and I had their business cards. I'd meet people and other performers, a juggler or a Santa or Hawaiian dancers or, somebody that twirled plates or just some kind of weird acts. So in 1990, I found myself getting ready to have a baby and decided that, well, I need to get serious about my life. I'm going to start my own company. So I put an ad in the Yellow Pages, which at the time there was like Pacific Bell, was it GTE or wait, there was Pacific Bell and I can't remember the other Yellow Pages, but there was a couple of different books out there and you had to pay a monthly fee and it wasn't cheap if you ever did that back then. So I just put an ad in the Yellow Pages and started a company. So then by the time my daughter was born, I had a newborn and just started a company. And the phone was ringing off the hook. That's kind of how it started.
That's great.
So my daughter did it. It was all because of my daughter. She's 31 now, by the way.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, time does get away from us, doesn't it? All right,
Yeah.
So you've been on the show before, so you know how this works. Right here is time where we normally take our middle of the show break for a product announcement. So stay with us. Let's do this, and we'll come back and continue with the show. Oh my goodness, stop the show. It's time for the Tuesday Night Live Showstopper Special. For this week's StufForSanta.com Showstopper Special, we get to go straight out to the head clown this time, at large and in charge, Mr. Clown Spangle.
Is that bacon? Did you get some bacon?
Did you find it in the green room?
You're muted.
You're muted, Spangle.
He's always muted.
Yeah, I don't want you to hear me talking in the background. Hey, we have sausage in the green room when we got Gina Bacon. What's going on, guys? Come on. You can't even get the green and red M&Ms.
No bacon bits? You gotta get some bacon.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, Spangle.
We love you. Hey, I think when you lost your piano, that's when Bob got his.
Very well put.
Yeah. Yeah, you better look for big boot tracks outside your window when you're growing up, all right? Them Santa boots. He came back. Hey, anyways, we got bells this week. 5 bells on a strap. It'll snap to your belt. Very cool. Fits a 4-inch belt. $85 on our website. For you guys, they're $45, and they're going to ship free. $45, and they're going to ship free. We're going to give out some with the trivia, too. Hey, but also, look, these on our website, almost like Bob's. Bob paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Right now, they're $30 on our website. Go to our website and order a pair. We're going to send you 2 pair. They come in 1.52, 2.53, and 3.5. You can be as cool as Bob McMasters.
Yes, mine are designers, and they did cost a lot, and I wished you'd have had those when I bought these, and I wouldn't have had to do that.
One good thing about those glasses, Spangle, those smaller lenses, that you can pull them down and look over the top. And
You can. It's great for photos because you're not flashing as much.
That's right.
Barry, don't get no idea to go out and flash people.
I got anti-glare. I pay high dollar for that too. So, all right, now we talked about the show, Frank, and you said you was going to have to charge for the shipping on those bells. Look, guys, he's done changed his mind. He is going to give you free shipping. This is good for this week through Monday, June 27th. So reach out to Spangle and get to some of this stuff.
They get smaller as they go. Very nice.
Very nice. And, everybody needs to know when Santa's coming, right? That way they can't be outside your window, Gina, and you not know it.
Normally $85, $45 right now. Gina's paying the other $40.
Hey, you never
everybody
know.
say thank you, Gina.
All right, Spangle, stay with us, and we're going to come back on the other side of these 2 promos and do the trivia question. So stick with us.
You are watching Tuesday Night Live with Bob Berry and Angela. Sponsored by StuffForSanta.com and SchoolOfSantas.com, where you can find everything you need for your Santa and Mrs. Claus professional business. Remember, if Spangle ain't got it, you just don't need it, so contact Spangle today for all your red suit accessories and more. And be sure and tell everyone where you got all that cool stuff. Now back to our show with Bob Berry, Angela, and, of course, more Spangle with trivia fun.
All right, Spangle, before you start, Gina was trying to talk and I was talking on top of her. So did you have something you wanted to say, Gina?
No, you know what? I just wanted to say those bells are so cool. I know Santa's asked about the bells, but I have bells like that. I put them on my doorknob, and they're also good if you stay at a hotel to put them on the doorknob so you know someone's trying to get in. I'm just saying,
That's
the
a great
single girl.
Gosh, when I go to the hotel, I hope somebody tries to get in. I hope they tell me they paid for another night.
Exactly.
Hey, anyways, trivia number 2. In Toy Story number 2, Al's Toys Barn address is the actual address of what studio? Al's Toy Barn's address is the actual address of what studio? And nope, not Jessica Rose's studio. Because I know that address.
And we need the city and state with that answer, please. We want to be thorough here. And that's another one that you can put your fingers on the keyboard. And
3 bells. $85 value to the winner.
so this is a tough question. That's why we want it to be 100% correct.
The full answer.
We
We need the full answer.
need the full answer, as my producer tells me. The full answer. That way we'll make it a little hard on you, but it's well worth the time and trouble to get you a set of those bells.
I hope somebody put bacon in that green room by the time I get back there.
Hey, next time we have Gina on the show, we'll have to get her to sponsor you for a couple of pounds of bacon.
Hey, bacon's good with everything.
Yeah, that's what we always say. All right, so keep working the keyboards, come up with an answer. This is a tough one, guys. It's not going to be easy. But if you put the exact wording that we have up in Google, you will get the answer. It'll pop right up. At least I say it will. I didn't try it, but
What's
For the
Google?
studio and the town it's in and state.
What's Google?
what is Google?
Yeah. Check these out on our website. StuffForSanta.com.
Yeah, so and if you can't find stuffforsanta.com, you can always Google it. Right?
That's right.
All right, so everyone keep working on the answer. We will reveal the answer to the 2 trivia questions at the end of the show tonight. That is, if we have a winner. And if not, then we don't know what we'll do. We haven't been faced with that yet.
So give me the bells.
Producer Angela says give her the bells. Okay, Gina, so let's double clutch and change gears here. Did you tell me you couldn't drive a stick?
No, I learned to drive a car. I learned to drive in a Volkswagen, a 69
Okay,
Volkswagen.
maybe.
I definitely can drive a stick.
Maybe that's what it was. All right, well, let's double clutch here and change gears. You guys have been busy in the first part of the year working on new clients and gigs, as well as filling those contracts with your Santa database and beyond. What new and exciting changes does Nationwide Santas have to offer for the 2022 season?
You know, I don't have anything new except that I changed my hair color. that's the new thing I did this year. But you know the saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Something. We kind of are have everything the same. I'm kind of stuck in my ways, the way I do things. We do have some new clients that are coming in and wanting to book Santas. We have Santa jobs that are anywhere from 1 to a couple of hours to multiple days. So we do have that. And Tony and I are just working every day on calling our past clients and getting those jobs booked so we can get a Santa on them.
Very good. Did you want to, at this point, share your screen and show folks how to get into that portal? Or you want to wait till we've actually got it further down in the script, so let's just wait. Go ahead, Barry.
Gina, give us some examples of some Santas that did something outstanding working for Nationwide Santas while doing the chair work, and whatever Santa could learn from that.
A lot of times when Santas do something outstanding, I don't hear about it a lot of times. Usually the stores that I work with, I find out about it maybe later or after the season, and it's almost like an afterthought that they tell me. But a lot of the set managers usually will tell me that their Santa was outstanding, that he was engaging with the kids, he made the kids feel special, took his time to listen to the kids, and that the set, everyone on the set, the adults loved him. So it's just a balance of, I think, a Santa who is able to stay in character, to be Santa, listen to what they're saying instead of just going on with stories and telling, which is great, telling stories. But you got to give the kids a chance to talk and ask questions, and speak to Santa. And then the adults, they just they just really like it when a Santa stays in character. I think that's probably an outstanding Santa.
That's great. And what I found, working for you, sometimes the adults will want to come up and just share their heart with you. And, Santa listens for the adults too.
That is true. They do. That is true. They, and adults, they're probably having a bad day, just not a good day. And, Santa, gosh, when you see Santa, I mean, even an adult, I still, you just met, like I said, Santa's a unicorn, and I see Santas all the time. But when I'm out and about and I wasn't expecting to see a Santa, oh my gosh, I still go just kind of a little crazy when I see one.
Well, Gina, from an agent's perspective, can you give us some things that a Santa should never do?
Well, there's a few things. I know that some Santas can slip up and things happen, and sometimes it happens with new Santas. But I think that a Santa should never, and Santa should never talk politics. I think that you have your political beliefs, but as Santa, you're in the middle. You're just right there in the middle. So you shouldn't get involved with talking with parents or kids, or even if a child asks you, because I've heard of incidences where parents told a child to ask Santa and kind of set him up. So just kind of keep that out. That's just a touchy subject anyway in the world. I think that Santa should please don't talk about any sexual innuendos. If it's a funny joke, funny to you, it's not funny to us. It's not funny to women. It's not funny to women that have kids. It's not funny if the dad is standing there and you say a funny joke to a 12-year-old or 15-year-old girl. Please don't go there and say that. And you just have to be very careful. Sometimes, and not very often, but there are some Santas that don't understand what a sexual innuendo is. So you just don't need to tell anyone how pretty they are. And I hate to say that the world's gotten like this. You can say they have a pretty dress or pretty shoes or whatever, but you just don't want to go on about how pretty a girl is. That's just that. I just find that can cause a problem. And I know it's hard to do because, everyone's all dressed up so cute and you want to say how cute they are. I think that you want to not tell a child if they ask for something, and if you don't believe in giving that gift, that you would never give it. You can't say, no, I don't believe in doing that. Just say, I'll see what I can do. You don't need to look at the parents and get their approval and all that. Just roll it off. Oh, well, you know what? I'll have to see, I'll see what I can do. That's all. End of discussion right there. He'll see what he can do. I know sometimes Santas panic and look at the parents and say, ooh, I need you to give me the nod of the head. Just, don't make it to be a big thing. Don't make it a big thing. That's probably the things right there.
What about social media? What's your opinion on that?
Social media. So, oh God, I have lots of opinions on that. So first of all, if a Santa's going to have a social media account, Facebook page, please be careful what you post on there, the pictures you post and the jokes that you share, because customers may see that. Agents see that. I'm looking at it, and customers are going there and looking at it. So, and they may be determining what type of Santa they want at their party. If they see something on there that they don't like, they're not going to hire you. I'm talking about customers. So you want to have a separate page that's your personal page and your Santa page. Also, on social media, we had an account. We have an account with a large company, and one of our Santas posted on social media something about masks that was happening last year, the mask mandates, and it was a derogatory comment about how he had to work at this particular store and wear a mask. Well, these large stores have a whole team of people that search on social media to see if their store is tagged in anything. So they immediately called us, and we had to tell the Santa to remove the post. So just be careful. You know, if you're getting a job from someone, you be careful what you post about the people that are paying you to be somewhere. You can get fired over it. So just be very, very careful. Also, agents like me, we have clients who don't want their name to be mentioned at all in any hiring process or advertising process. They don't want their name mentioned. So they just don't want their customers to know that they had to go to an outside source to hire Santas. So that you just have to be very careful. And also, don't be posting photos. I know you want photos of cute little children that you had set on your knee to see. Just be careful posting that. You have to get permission from the parents, but you can't really ask parents anymore for a photo of their child. You don't know the child. You don't know those parents. You really shouldn't be doing that. They are getting a photo with Santa. And so you have to be very careful about that. Use your own grandchildren. Use people you know for photos like that. You just can't be asking for pictures like that anymore. It's just anymore. It used to be you could, but you just can't do it anymore.
It is a different time we live in now, and that is so true. Everything you said was great and spot on. Let's kind of switch into this. We get this question a lot, and people still don't understand what a standby Santa is. Tell everyone, what is a standby Santa, and how does that program work for you?
Okay, so a standby Santa is a Santa who we hire from November 24th through December 24th to not take any jobs and be available for us. And therefore, we would be sending you out to any various location that we have. It could be anywhere in the United States. Excuse me. And we would send you there. You could work a couple of days, you could work a couple of weeks, or you would be there the whole season. And you may work there maybe just for a week or two, and then we would send you somewhere else. Or you would be staying there the whole time. It just depends on what happens. You know, a Santa could have maybe got sick and he can't fulfill the end of the season, or, you know, maybe his wife did, so he has to leave, or the store decided they didn't want to have that Santa. There's so many reasons. I like to have a lot of backup Santas during the season, and we always send them out. So if anyone is interested in that, then definitely let me know, because I always am looking for backup Santas to place.
Very good. So let's discuss the two different insurance policies, the rider, what they cost, and what they cover.
First of all, about the backup Santa, I forgot to say we also pay for travel and lodging. we also pay for that too, so I did forget to mention that.
That's a good
point. So you're asking about the insurance. So we do have insurance, and we've been offering insurance since, let's see, I can't remember, 10, 11, I think 2011, 2010. I just can't remember how long we've been offering it. But let me just get here, because I do have, I'm going to share my screen with you. We have a website dedicated just for the Santas. And on this website, you can find information about insurance, our membership. There's a job board. So you can even go there and find any Santa jobs. And I'm going to take you there right now. Let me share the screen so we can see this share. Okay, so this is Santa's, let me move it over here. Okay, this is Santa's santasmembership.com, santasmembership.com right there. And this is the hub right here. Step one is to, if you're going to purchase the insurance through us, you would need to become a member. So you would just click here on step one. It'll take you to a form that you fill out. Step two, you don't need to click here. You're going to get a free background check. Now, the membership is $40. The background check is free. It says on my website that you'll receive the link within 48 hours. That's really not true. You won't get your link to the background check until probably September. Your background check, it should not be older than 90 days. So we'll probably send you the link in September, so that way you'll have it for the season. And then step 3 is to purchase your insurance. This isn't available right now, but once you click on here, it'll take you to Karcher Insurance, to their website, and from there you would be able to purchase insurance. Now that won't be ready until the August 1st, because our membership is August 1st to July 31st. So you would be able to purchase the insurance at that time. The membership you can purchase now at any time. We're going to be sending out the membership packets next month, and that'll be good from August 1st to July 31st, which it does say right down here. If you scroll down here, this does give the price, of course, with the $40 for the membership and everything that you will receive, which will be a membership card, a pen, a certificate, a writing pen. You'll be added to our website and notified of potential job offers. You'll be added to our exclusive membership private Facebook group page, and then you can purchase the liability insurance at a special rate. Every year, Karcher Insurance has to negotiate with the insurance companies to get the rate for the Santa company for us. And this past year, we have one policy. We only offer one policy, and that policy is a $4 million policy with a 300 and 500 abuse and molest coverage right there with the current background check. So basically, you need to have a background check in order for this to be enforced. It doesn't matter when you get the background check or when you get your insurance. You just need to have both of these in place before you do your first job. A lot of Santas, for some reason, think they need to have the insurance first before they get the background check. It doesn't matter, just as long as you have everything in place before you do your first job. So the second thing here is our the rates for the insurance. So if you are a Santa, any Santa, real beard, designer beard Santa, it's and that's for any man or woman who's doing Santa. That's $210 for the insurance. If you want to add, if you're a performer also, like Spangle, so like you're a Santa and you also make balloon animals and you do magic and anything like that, you can add a rider on the policy for $91.80 and add that on there. If you do the Easter Bunny or anything like that, add that on there, and that's also good for the year too. So that'll cover you on any non-Santa related job that you have. This one right here, this is $115. This is for any assistant. If Santa wants to add an assistant to his policy, it's $115. Now the way that works is it's not going to show up her name. It'll show assistant on the Santa policy up here. So basically, if you had, maybe your wife was your assistant and your daughter also, or someone, as long as you have one assistant at a time, it'll cover any of them. So there's no name of the person on there. You can add as many assistants on there as you want. You just have to pay $115 for that. Anyway, that's how that works on the assistant. This right here, this $115.33, this is for performers. And this is for anyone that's a Mrs. Claus, a clown. We have characters artists, singers, magicians that are not Santas. They don't do anything Santa, but they are performers. So this is the performer insurance, and this is good for a year, $115. And this down here, this optional waiver of subrogation endorsement, I really don't even know what that is. That was something in California. I think somebody needed something added on there, and Karcher had us put that there. Anyway, so the background checks are done by IntelliCorp, and you do get one free background check per person. Once you get your your membership, what we'll do is we send you a link, and then you'll be able to. It's an invitation to log onto the IntelliCorp website to put in your information, and then you'll get your background check. And then we always send you a copy of that background check. We'll email it to you. So that is that. And then do you want me to also show them the job board too?
Yes, please.
Okay. So the job board, I haven't been on this website in a while. This is the membership form that you would fill out. It asks you a lot of questions on what you do. Okay. Here is, by the way, on this website, santasmembership.com, if you have a question for me or anything you want to discuss and you can't get a hold of me on the phone for any reason, just click here where it says contact us. You can send me a message and write anything, you type anything in here and submit it. I'll get the message and I can answer you quickly. I'll answer you right back. A lot of times this is much easier than even leaving a message on the answer machine, because our phones just ring off the hook. But a lot of times I'm at my email while I'm on the phone and I'm able to answer any messages. Okay, and let me go here. Here's the job board. So the job board, and right now you should be checking this at least weekly because we're adding jobs all the time. What you want to do is click here, go down here where it says search jobs. It'll turn green. Just click on here. It's going to take you to our old website, but it does lead you there. Once you go there, you can put in any zip code you want. If you want to work somewhere local, you can put your own zip code in there to see what jobs are in your area. Or if maybe you wanted to work in a different state, you could put that state a zip code to see what jobs are. So right now, I'm going to put in the zip code of because we're actually looking for a Santa, and I'm going to put in this one zip code here. It's 46992. Okay. See how now down you need to click. So don't just hit it and think it's gonna. You have to click where it just said Wabash, Indiana. So make sure you click there, and then it will reset this whole thing. So right now we're looking for a Santa. Right now here it's in Wabash, Indiana for Saturday, December 10th from 10 to 2. We're looking for a jolly Santa to post for photos with guests. If that's a job that you can do, what you would do is you would just hit select right there, and then it puts it down here. You can select any of these jobs. You can scroll down. There's a scroll bar. You can scroll down. Now it's going to show you the 20 top jobs that we have within your zip code. It doesn't mean that it's in your neighborhood. It just means those are the top 20 jobs. So here's one in Portage, Indiana. Here's one in Rossford. There's Dundee, Clarksville, Louisville, Auburn. So if you scroll down, you would see those. And you could click on any of these. Oh, you say, oh, I want to be a backup. Oh, here's West Virginia. Once you go there, you would type in all your information, hit submit, and then I will get that, and it'll let me know that you're interested in these 3 jobs. So that is basically how you would fill out the job board on that. This, let me see if I can go back to our, yeah, there we go. And then we're back here to our santasmembership.com page. Is there anything I missed, Bob or Barry?
I think that pretty much covers it.
Okay. All right. It is a little confusing. I know it's a lot of information I just gave you, but everything is on this website to be able to navigate and get your insurance and background check and look for Santa jobs.
And it really is user friendly. So don't be scared. Jump in there, look, and see what you might be interested in.
It is. It's user friendly. Oh, let me stop sharing here. Hold on a second. Why is my mouse not working? So it's user friendly, and you don't have to be a member. To use the job board, you do not have to be a member. I don't have a password. You have to, I've seen those. You have to have a password. I think, oh, I wish there wasn't a password. No, anybody can see it. We want to get jobs for Santas. We definitely want you, if you're not a member, it's okay. And it's okay to be a member of other organizations too. There's many Santa organizations out there, and you can be a member of all of them. But my job is to find Santas for our clients and find jobs for the Santas. So that's what I'm trying to do. I do. Can I show one more thing here? I do want to show you that we also have a website here that's for our clients, and I'm going to show you that too. Let me share the screen, because this is what our clients see. Go here and share this. Okay, so this is our website right here that our clients see. I know that the front is the same, but it's a little different. And our clients go here, and we have for Find Your Perfect Real Bearded Santa so the clients will click here, and of course it looks the same, but it's a little different. And they can put in their zip code, and they can see photos of Santas. So what I'm asking you as Santa, go to our website, which is hirenationwidesantas.com. That's what the clients see. Put in your zip code, see if your picture's on here. If your picture's not on here, it's going to look like this. It'll say picture coming. So, or maybe you might have a picture and you'll say, oh, I don't like that picture you put of me on there. Can you put a different one? That's fine. Just go ahead and let me stop sharing this. That's fine. You can just go ahead and send us a photo that you would like us to put on there, because we want to get jobs for you. We want our clients to see your beautiful photo.
And you've been doing exactly that for years now and doing a great job at it. One of the top placement agencies around, and we're so proud to be associated with you and friends with you. Barry?
I kind of got a two-part question since we jumped ahead a little bit. Do you have any job placements or gigs in Canada or outside the United States? And now that we have a lot of Mrs. Claus watching, do you have gigs for Mrs. Claus or even elves?
So right now I do have a couple of jobs in Canada, but it's a one-day event, and those are on December 10th. And I'm not even sure if I have them on the job board yet. I try not to do. It's hard to do work in Canada, especially long term. I can do a 1 day or 2 day, but the Santas that work in Canada, the pay is so hard because we have American money, Canadian money, and then I usually have to pay them Western Union. So it's just there's all these extra steps. My payroll company that I just started using won't even touch it. They said I had to do it myself. So it's hard for me. I don't think I'd want to take a large job in Canada. And the insurance doesn't work there. I'm not insured to do jobs in another country like that. The Santa can work in Canada. He's insured, but I think the insurance that we have, it's kind of odd. Karcher kind of explained it to me. I had to have a special insurance for that. But as Santa, our insurance covers you if you work in international in any country.
What about from Mrs. Claus? Is there else? Do you get requests for those?
So Mrs. Claus, the hard thing is I so wish that we have so many beautiful Mrs. Clauses out there and women that are just waiting to get a job and work and long term. A lot of customers will only book a Mrs. Claus if they have a Santa. So a lot of times if the Santa has a wife, then she'll go along. Sometimes the Santa doesn't have one and we'll have to match a Mrs. Claus with that Santa. But it's very few times that they'll want to have a Mrs. Claus. And my thing is, the Mrs. Claus, I think, needs to invent herself to do something. And I've said this before, they can do crafts. They can have like some easy craft that's not too messy. Or they can have a cookie decorating where they maybe bake cookies and decorate cookies. Do something special that would be just for Mrs. Claus. And Mrs. Claus, if she's coming to the event with Santa, Mrs. Claus should come in first. I used to do this. I know it's nice to have them both come in, but sometimes if Mrs. Claus comes in first and gets the kids all excited, and hey, I think I hear the Santa. Do you hear the reindeer hooves? Get them all excited, and then Santa, of course, has his spangle bells that he got for $85, and he can ring his bells and then come in, and the kids go nuts. And then the Mrs. Claus, usually when they do the photos, she's standing there with the kids, and then she can say, "Oh, hi, what's your name?" And he's like, "I'm Johnny." So she could say, "Santa, this is Johnny," as she's bringing him there. And then the child has no idea what happens, and he thinks Santa knows his name. I get very excited.
That's a great tip. Well, with the economy the way it is, what do you see this upcoming season looking like?
The 3 years here, 2020 and 21, it was supposed to be, doom and gloom, and it wasn't for, as far as people booking Santas. They still were there. There was cancellations, I will say, but there were other ways that we were able to have Santa out there. I think that the worst year, and I know that other people can attest to this, the worst year that we had was during the housing crisis back in the 2000s, 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all that whole time in there. I mean, it was horrible because when if people lose their homes, then homeowners are really the type of people who have Santa come in, and people who buy homes have Santa come in, and they want to show off their house, and they have parties, and they have people that come, and, they want to decorate the house. So if there's a problem with the housing crisis, then that's when it affects our business, all of us. So as far as this year, I don't see that happening. I don't want to put a doom and gloom on things this year. I don't see it happening, but of course I've never been very good at predicting anything. Like I said, I just fly by the seat of my pants and I go with the flow, and I take my twists and turns however they come to kind of adjust to whatever comes our way.
No crystal balls. All right, so this is something I gotta ask. Have you had or heard of any chatter from any of the corporate world or individual companies about the V word? Any mandatory vaccination requirements that you've heard of?
So last year we did have a client, it was a 2-day event and they did require it. So, and it was required, we had to, I think we had to, I don't know if we had to send them a copy of it or we just told the Santas to bring a copy with them. And then I think a lot of the Santas, when they showed up, they didn't even ask for it. It was kind of weird. But we have some clients who do ask for it. And even if it's a 1 hour or whatever, the event, they definitely want the vaccine. But this year I haven't had anyone ask for it yet. So, but it's just one of those things where we just have to, when we put the job request out, we have to put it on the job request, requires vaccination. So I actually just had COVID. I had it for 2 weeks. And the girl that gave it to me was double vaccinated and boosted. And she gave it to me. I was sitting next to her playing poker for 3 or 4 hours and I got it from her. So anyway, it's, it is what it is. But I would just put it on the job request and go from there. I don't require our Santas to have it. I can't tell them what to do. That's a personal decision. So.
Exactly. No guarantees.
Mm.
Well, Gina, we talked about this last year a little bit. Is there any plans to bring back the nationwide Santa's convention in Las Vegas?
Everybody has been asking about that. And the last one we had was 2018. God, so it's been 4 years now. We haven't had it. I do want to have it back. I do. I think with 2020 and 21, with COVID, I just wasn't, I just didn't want to do it. And then of course, 2022, I had a lot going on this year. There was no way I could have done that. There was a lot going on. And I was afraid to get COVID too. And now that I've had it, I have to say, I might have had I don't have a mild case because I was out for 2 weeks, but I don't think I'm so scared now, should I say, to have a gathering of people together. I would like to do it, and I would need to plan it ahead of time. It is a big undertaking to do, and I need to find a hotel that would do that. A lot of the hotels are charging so much money now that they charge they charge the hotel fee plus a resort fee, which is outrageous because you're getting, if you get the room for $45 and they're adding another $20 a night on there, well, it's not 45 now, it's 65, and that makes a huge difference. And then they add all the fees for the food and the coffee and the the luncheon and the room rental, just all those things. I would need to find a place and I would want to find a place that's not a like a dirty, I don't want to say a dirty hotel, but there's some hotels out here that the price is good, but I don't want to have a convention there.
Those are great points.
I'm honest. I shoot from the hip.
Okay. That's what we love about you. Yeah. And everything you said about, Vegas has really changed in the last 10 years, with those resort fees and everything it's almost like an attorney or a doctor, a hospital. They charge you for everything. And
parking. They charge for parking. I don't have to pay for parking because I'm a local, but they charge $25 a day for parking.
Wow. And you're seeing that not only in Vegas, but other parts of the country. We go to Durango, Colorado, and it has become in just the last few years, common there for the hotels to charge.
Yes.
Crazy. All right, so at this point, let's go out tonight to our viewers and see if they have any comments or questions for you. Guys, if you got anything you want to say to Gina, comment or question, throw it in there.
Goodness. You know what? I just had my comment thing blocked for some reason. I just opened it. So I'm looking here now. Hi, everyone.
I don't know if Sal Sid was asking about a job or...
That's a casino out there, South Point.
Okay.
South Point Casino. Oh yeah, that's close by where I live. Rex, Ray, I miss seeing Rex. I miss seeing the Santas and the conferences we had. They were so much fun. They really were. I mean, I planned activities, so it wasn't just in a room sitting. I made the Santas get outdoors, and we did the double-decker bus tour, and we were out by the pool and had a little thing out there, and went to shows, went to Benihana's. We just had fun.
Bill Hampson has a question for you there on the job board. It says job is 50 to 150 hours. Is that for the season?
So basically what that means is there's 150 hours and you can take all the hours you want, or if you're only limited to a certain amount of hours, we can put you in there too. So, I'm looking for a Santa who can do all the hours, but sometimes I have to hire 2 or 3 Santas to work 50 hours each to fill in that time. Thank you, Scott. I still wish you could work for me. Scott works for a company that's one of my clients, and so we can't have him a Santa. And he's so good.
And for a long time you could work there and then be a seasonal Santa, but the rules have changed, and
it depends on the manager. It depends on the manager, because I have that going on at other places. So it just depends. And that, again, I'm in the middle because I still have one. Yes, you do have one gig. Yes, you do.
Says job in Concord, North Carolina, and Greenville, South Carolina. What type gigs are these? New rookie guy here.
So these are store locations, and store location they have a real set of really nice. It's all about the kids. Santa, they have a nice setup. The staff is nice. Everybody gets a free photo, and they're also able to purchase photos too. And I think the photos vary. There's like 5, 10, 20 of like different packs they can get. So they don't really push the photos. Do you find that in some of these?
And again, she can't be specific with store names because that's against the rules now. So, again, reach out to the job board, and the full description is in there.
Call me, Mark. Go ahead and call me. I'd love to talk with you. We can discuss anything. Santa related.
Gina, before we let you go, is there anything you haven't covered that you'd like to share or add? Any special thoughts or encouraging words?
I am an optimist, and I have a good feeling for this year. I do. I think that a lot of people are worried. I know some people are having a hard time. I know it's a tough year. It's just we had these last 2 tough years, and then now we've got this one. It just seems like there's never an end in sight. But everybody loves Santa. Our clients call us. They're so excited. They really want to have Santa come this year. I know a lot of Santas are asking me, how is the season going to be? We won't really know until October, but like I said, I think it's going to be a great season. And I just think the Santas just need to, and Mrs. Claus, just be a little more patient and kind of ride it out. I think it's going to be great. There's going to be lots of jobs for everyone.
So Rex says, looking forward to being back in my usual store this year, and maybe I can get that extra gig with the local ballet company.
Yes, I don't think they booked it last year, Rex. So yeah, we'll be calling them this year.
Okay, so I don't know if you know Melissa Lynn or not. Melissa Lynn is a female Santa.
No.
She says unique Santa here, which is a great description. Traditional beard. Am I able to put her information into your site?
Yes, but I thought we had her photo on our website already. We don't, Melissa. I know. What's your zip code? I thought your picture was there. Hi, Randall. I'm looking forward to it too.
God, hey, it's not just me. Gina's the same way. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, she's still up just like I am.
I sent an email last night to a bunch of people at 1:44 in the morning, and they were calling me today on this. So let's see. Oh, I do see, Melissa. I have your name, but I don't have your picture. I do see that. Send me your picture. So my daughter, Raylene, she's the one that updates all these, does the website. She's the one that puts the photos on there. My daughter, she scours your Facebook page a lot of times to find the best picture. Sometimes if you send us a picture, when she's like, Mom, this picture doesn't look great, I'm like, go on their Facebook page and find another one. So, but send us a photo. Raylene will put it on there.
And, she's in Benton, Arkansas, and there is a store there.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is. 720.
Back to Scott Parker's point, he PM'd me this morning at 3 a.m. and asked me, "Do you ever sleep?" I told him there was no time for that. So I asked him what he was doing up. Well, he had got up to go to the restroom and seen I was still online. So
Oh my goodness.
Well, folks,
271. I'm sorry. I'm seeing Melissa. I'm sorry. I put the wrong 17. She's close to Bossier. We have a Bossier City one.
she's around Little Rock.
Well, the Bossier one is the closest one that I have to her.
All right, folks, stay with us because we still have a point of view segment coming right up. Tonight is Gina's point of view. We use this time as a teaching moment to share a tip or point of view from an experience. And this week's point of view is going to be from an agent's perspective.
Oh my God. I hadn't given much thought about that. I hadn't given much thought about the point of view. I know you told me earlier about that, and then I just went blank on that. My point of view on, say again.
On things Santa will get not, on things that will get Santa not asked back to the store.
Oh, you want to know things that if Santa does that will not get asked back to a store?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
my goodness. You know, I feel like a lot of things I'm saying are so negative. Like I'm like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But you know, the Santas are great. I just want to say you guys are great. You're just fantastic. And sometimes the Santas may say or do something and they don't realize it, but it's not Santa-ish. You do have to realize that when you're hired as Santa and you're in your Santa suit, you have to stay in character. And I know it's hard to do, but imagine if I was dressed like Marilyn Monroe and I broke character and started talking like myself and started talking about my life and my kid and my this. People wouldn't understand why I was doing that. Why was I not talking about Joe DiMaggio or, or Frank Sinatra or things like that? So just think of it like that. You have to stay in character the whole time you're in Santa, whether you're talking to adults. And I hate to say that because kids are around you too. So please, please, please stay in character. So when you're on the set, and I know there's a lull time, especially in the beginning, and you have the staff around you, and a lot of the staff are young kids, and then they're probing, they want to know, about Santa. Answer them questions like Santa would, if you're married or whatever. Don't divulge your whole life story to them. These are just people that work there, and you don't need to tell them your whole life story. Ask them questions about their life. Let them tell you their story. And the reason I say this, because as things go on down the road and you've been there a couple of weeks, there might be some tension with one of the people that works there. And then they tell the manager, well, he said this to me and he does this. So they'll take something you said the wrong way. So just the less you say, the better. Be Santa, you don't have to be odd about it, but just, just kind of stay in character and, don't divulge all your personal information and your past life. And, you don't have to be an open book while you're there. That's probably what I would say. And just be jolly and happy and, do your thing, smile for the camera, be nice to the kids, be nice to the staff, be nice to the parents, no matter how much they aggravate you, just smile and grin, bear through it, grin and bear it and just get through it. And then when you get home, you can scream as loud as you want. Get in your car and just, just let it out. I've done that before.
Yeah, I did the point of view last week, and it was kind of similar. You can think it while you're sitting there, but you cannot say it.
No.
All right, so at this point, guys, let's reveal tonight's trivia answers. We're not even sure if we have a correct answer on the one. We'll go ahead and give it. If we don't, we may have to get Spangle to roll those bells over till next week. All right, so on the sponsored by Sleigh Driver Apparel, the Life magazine issue with Woody and Bullseye on the cover and Toy Story 2 is of what date? That would be January 12th, 1957. And then on the StuffForSanta.com and SchoolOfSantas.com, in Toy Story 2, Owl's Toy Barns address, the actual address of what studio. Now, this one was a little tricky because there's more than one Pixar studio. The answer we were looking for was Pixar Animation Studios in Richmond, California. And if we don't have a clear-cut winner on that one, like I said, we'll get Spangle to roll us over till next week and try again. All right, Barry.
Remember, folks, if you're not watching this live stream but have a question or a comment for our guest, just put it in the comment box when watching. We'll forward those to our guest and do our best to get those answered for you. And invite everyone to share and invite your friends to our weekly Tuesday Night Live broadcast, as well as the Bob and Barry Live Preview Show at 3 p.m. on Monday Central Time, as well as both of our Facebook groups. You can find us at Santa and the Business of Being Santa and the Tuesday Night Live Facebook group. Tuesday Night Live Show Facebook group, and now on YouTube at the Tuesday Night Live Show. Gina, thank you so much for coming on the show with us tonight, giving us your time and sharing so much wisdom and knowledge. God bless you. Continued prayers for your health.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bob and Barry and Angela and Spangle. Thank you. Thank you. I love being on your show. I love what you guys do. It's fantastic what you do. I love it. You guys are what do you want to say? You guys are just the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
All right. So real quick, just in case we have some folks watching tonight that is not aware, we did change the name to the live group from Sat Bob's Live to the Tuesday Night Live Show. Barry explained it yesterday on the Bob and Barry Show. The reason was once we launched our YouTube channel, we had to have that name for it to fit to what we were doing. And now we've got confusion because we've got two different names. So we had to align both names together. Sat Bob's Live is now known as the Tuesday Night Live Show Facebook page. Gina, thank you, my dear friend. As always, for everything you do for all of us, for everyone in the community, and for your employees. I know they love you to death too. Big thank you to our sponsors, Derek Dugan and Spangle the Clown, as well as some of the other folks that have contributed throughout the last season and a half. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight. As always, remember to catch our recorded replays over on the groups that we just talked about. Remember to join us for our next Tuesday Night Live show each week, 7 p.m. Central. Same clause time, same clause channel. I've thrown in here tonight, we're better together. That's what the maps use as one of their mottos. And I always like to say, count your blessings, not your sorrows. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Jeannie, again. Thanks, Barry. Thanks, Angela. And thanks to everyone. We will see you soon. God bless. Barry, why do we do this?
We do this because we care. God bless you. We love you.
Thank you.